So I've entitled this webinar, How to Get What You Really Want with Ease, because that's the objective. I could have called it the law of attraction, which is what it is, but the law of attraction is the mechanism we're going to study. But our objective is to get what we really want with ease. And that's what I hope to accomplish for you today. But before we go too far into this, I want to point out that there's no credit to me here. Principal sources for this material are Jack Canfield, Wayne Dyer, Napoleon Hill, Catherine Ponder, John Kehoe, Joe Vitale, Susan Shearer Young, Jeanette Ma, and many, many more. I don't take credit for the material. I didn't invent any of this. But what I have done is assimilate, coordinate, integrate material from many, many different sources together into the composite whole that you're going to get today. You've never heard the law of attraction explained quite this way, and you may never hear it again quite this way. But when I'm done, you will have a complete and thorough understanding of the law of attraction and what it takes to make it work for you, including some relatively new recent material that has been uncovered and is very relevant and very important to your success. So let's get started. But first, let me ask you a quick question. How would it feel if you knew you could attract anything you want in your life or business? Anything. A special relationship, more customers, more sales, more freedom. That'd feel pretty good, huh? Isn't that what we want? To attract anything we want in life and business? What if you knew the law of attraction was working for you to attract the people and things to you that you want to do life with? That would be pretty awesome. How would you like it if you had a clear vision of your future life and you knew how to move forward toward it every day? The one thing many people lack is a clear vision of where they want to go to. And that makes it difficult to invoke the law of attraction. And we'll talk more about that in a few moments. What if you knew you couldn't fail? Knew you couldn't fail in life or in business. You had a total, complete belief that you would be successful. You are successful. A knowing. How would that feel? It would feel pretty awesome, I would think. So let's talk a little about who this is for. This is for you. If you have struggled with making the law of attraction work for you and attracting the success you deserve. Now, many people struggle with the law of attraction. They think it doesn't work. But I can tell you that it's always working. Just like the law of gravity is always working. If you jump off a building, you're going to go down. It's that simple. Unless, of course, you're being held up by a rope or something else that overcomes gravity. Gravity's always there. It's always working. So is the law of attraction. It's just that many people attract what they don't want into their lives. And by the time we're done today, you will understand why. This is for you if you feel like you do not have a clear vision of where you want to go in your business or in your life. You know, without a clear vision, we can't get there. If we don't know where we're going, we're not going to get there. This is for you if you feel like you don't understand your life's major purpose. Many of us do not. Dear God, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? It's a question frequently asked, rarely answered. We're going to look at that. And this is for you if you struggle with understanding your core values. What's really important to you? We'll look at ways to define that. So, question. What does it take to win this game called life? Well, the first thing it takes is you. Yeah, you. Go look in the mirror, you. You must be ready and willing to take 100%, 100%, not 99%, 100% responsibility for your life, your dreams, your success, and yes, oh by the way, your failures. 99% responsible won't do. It can't be mostly up to me, but there's a little bit of other people involved. Your mom didn't do it, your dad didn't do it, your aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, your teachers. It's you, 100% responsible for your life. If you can't do that, you can't win this game. You must be willing to treat all failures as a learning experience and continue to grow you. You can't blame other people, even though sometimes it seems life may be unfair. It doesn't matter. You are responsible for you. You must accept that life is here for you and not something that is done to you. Back to the treat all failures as a learning experience. If something gets thrown at you that you don't think is fair, the question is not, my God, why did you do this to me? The question is, my God, what do you want me to learn from this? Then, and only then, can you prosper beyond your wildest dreams. Who this is not for? This is not for you if you prefer and want to live in fear and poverty, scarcity and lack, anger and resentment. This is not for you if you like holding grudges and blaming others for your lack of success. And once again, your mother didn't do it, your father didn't do it, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your teachers, your upline, your downline. It's not the economy, it's not the government. You, and only you, are responsible for you. And if you want to blame other people, and you want to hold grudges, and have resentment, you will not win this game. This is not for you if you think your mind is just fine and you don't need to improve on your thoughts. People say, there's nothing wrong with my mind, it's my checking account that's got a problem. But your checking account has a problem because of your mind. Your checking account is the result of your actions, your beliefs. It is not it didn't do it to itself. Who was holding the credit card every time a charge was incurred? Was it somebody else, or was it you? You must be 100% responsible for everything that happens in your life. And then you can win the game. If you are comfortably uncomfortable, this won't work for you. And what I mean by that is many people are uncomfortable in their misery, but they've learned to be comfortable with it. They get up at the same time, they drag their sorry butt out and get in the car and sit in the traffic jam and go to their cubicle and do what they're told and come home and plop in front of the TV with a cold one and wonder why life is happening to them. If you want to be comfortably uncomfortable, this will not work for you. You've got to be willing to get up and take action and define your goals, create your vision, and move toward it every day. So do you know what you want? Most of us don't. The indispensable first step to getting the things you want out of life is this: decide what you want. That comes from Ben Stein, actor and author, and also from Jack Canfield, chapter 3 of his incredibly good book, The Success Principles. He opens chapter 3 with that quote: the indispensable first step to getting the things you want out of life is this: decide what you want. For many people, that's hard. For many, it's a huge problem. We send mixed messages to the universe and we get mixed results back, and we wonder why. Unfortunately, many of our messages are couched in lack and fear, and we know what we don't want, but we have trouble defining what we do want. Many of us, unfortunately, go to church and pray for what we don't want. We go to church and we ask God to get rid of our bills, to take care of our kids that are acting funny or whatever. And we're focused on lack rather than focused on gratitude for the things we do have. We're going to come back and talk more about that in a little bit. So what you're going to learn, you're going to learn how to create a vision for your life and the importance of it. You're going to learn how to harness the power within you to move consistently toward that vision. You're going to learn how to define your core values and how to define your major life purpose so that your daily actions and affirmations are purposeful and directed towards your vision and aligned with your core values. We got to get everything synced up and aligned. And then we're going to learn how to overcome fear and how to beat procrastination. Yes, you can do all these things. You can do it. I can help. Thanks to the awesome power of your mind, you can discover your major life purpose, and you can attract the things you want to you, including the right customers and the right relationships, both business and romantic. You can achieve an understanding of the universe and how the law of attraction works for you or against you. And you can learn to harness the incredible power within you to direct your future and achieve your goals. You are an infinite being. You are awesome. You are capable of anything you choose to be. And you are going to learn that as we move on in the next hour. you can become unstoppable. And you have to believe that. If you do believe that, you will be unstoppable. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So just a real brief little bit of my story. We will take it back before 2008, but in 2008 my net worth was arguably in the neighborhood of $1 million. I had a $5 million business. I owned a flight school, California Flight Academy. We trained commercial pilots. And by 2011 I was what I thought devastated. I hit what I thought was rock bottom. I was waking up every night, scared, consumed with fear. I was scared over money, scared over growing old, scared over being broke. I had income from the sale of the business, but I was focused on fear of loss. The problem was I was so afraid of things that were going to go wrong and had gone wrong that I focused all my energy on what was wrong. And so more things went wrong. If you focus your energy on what's wrong, you'll get more of what's wrong. That's what the universe brings back to you. So I got a lawsuit that took everything that was left and left me in what I thought was financial ruins. And that's when I really began to study the law of attraction in earnest. And I began to try to figure out how to dig myself back up out of the hole that I was in. And I began studying and practicing regularly and implementing the principles in my life. From owning a big boat and 30 airplanes and 28 instructors and et cetera, to having a conversation with a close friend of mine about, well, you know, dumpster diving for your meals isn't really all that bad. There's plenty of good food, and then there are dumpsters behind the grocery stores. You can live on the street and dumpster dive for food. Wow. But now I'm back on top of the world. I'm building my business. I'm feeling confident. I'm not afraid. I know what the future will bring. I have a very strong vision and total lack of fear. And I know where I'm going, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Just the last slide of my story. I owned California Flight Academy in El Cajon. We had 120 students in 2008. In 2010, we had less than 20. The whole thing collapsed. When the economy went in 2008, the airline industry, amongst others, went with it. I laid off 45 employees in 2009, including my now ex-girlfriend. It's amazing how that works. If you lay off your ex-girlfriend, she's no longer your girlfriend. Oh, rather, if you lay off your girlfriend, she's no longer your girlfriend. I sold the remnants of the school in 2011 for pennies on the dollar and moved to the mountains to rebuild. And then I got sued and lost the remaining income from the school. And so it was in June of 2013 I was having my conversation with my friend about dumpster diving for my dinner. I was close. It was a tough time. So no matter where you are, we can dig out of it. You can dig out of it. We can help. But let me talk to you about some misconceptions. A lot of people tell you, a lot of people that teach law of attractions tell you that it's thinking. You just have to think about it. And while thinking is involved and thinking is required, thinking is not all that's required. It's not the whole story. It's only a piece of the story. You know, you cannot sit and wish upon a star. And daily affirmations are not enough. And I'll tell you why. You know, the law of attraction means you can think of something and it will materialize. A lot of people tell you that, but it's not true. People tell you that your why is sufficient to help you through the bad times. Again, I don't believe that. And people tell you, well, you need a why that makes you cry. You can cry all day long. It's not going to help you materialize what you want. You know, I can sit on my back patio deck and dream about the new RV that I want, and no one's going to drive a new RV onto my patio deck. I got to go get it. It's out there. I got to go get it for myself. And that's one of the secrets to success. You have to take action. You have to believe that you have to go do the work. You know, focusing on what you want gives you the guidance from the universe to go get what you want. You got to listen to that little voice between your ears. You got to listen. You got to meditate. You've got to let the universe talk to you. Call it God. Call it the universe. Call it the infinite energy. Call it source. Call it anything you want. But it's there, and it's talking to you. You've got to listen. You have to meet the universe halfway by doing the required work. The universe will test you. It will play with you. And that statement, those last two statements actually come from Larry Hockman. But it will yield to persistence, determination, and plain vanilla hard work. Persistence and determination. As is often said, Opportunity frequently shows up dressed in work clothes. You've got to go to work. You've got to take action. You have to be persistent, and you have to be determined. And then the universe will step aside at some point and it will say, all right, well done. Here's what you asked for. It's yours. So the biggest challenges many people face is we were born to win. When you popped out of the womb, you were capable of anything. You didn't ask for a YouTube video on how to learn to walk. You didn't ask for the instruction manual. You just stood up, fell down, stood up, fell down, stood up, fell down, stood up one more time. And you kept doing that until you just didn't fall down anymore. But you also had the support of the people around you. Everybody encouraged you. They told you that you could walk. But that's where it all changed. You were programmed from there to mediocrity. People began to tell you that no, you can't. You're not good enough. You're not tall enough. You're not short enough. You're not thin enough. You're not fat enough. We don't do those kinds of things. What do you think? Money's made on trees? You were programmed into mediocrity, conformity, and negativity. You were told to stand in line, shut up, do what you're told. Can't you just be like Johnny down the street? Have you ever heard that? Can't you, what's the matter with you? Can't you just be like little Johnny? You were taught to conform. Conformity is the slayer of creativity and success. You want to destroy creativity? Become conforming. Look at the great leaders of the world over the centuries, the millennia. Jesus Christ, Napoleon Hill, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy. Look at all the great leaders. Martin Luther King, I said that. Nelson Mandela. On and on and on. Did they conform? No. Did they stand out like a sore thumb? Were they criticized and ridiculed? Yes. Were they followed? Yes. What does it take to be a leader? It takes nonconformity. It takes having no fear of what other people think, of what other people think, or fear of anything else. Yet fear is dominant in much of our thinking. Fear of loss, fear of old age, fear of poverty, fear of ill health, fear of death, fear of what the neighbors are going to think. Banish the fear. We have to get rid of it. It doesn't matter. In order to succeed, you can't be mediocre and you can't conform. And you can't be afraid. Cannot. That's why we have to learn to harness the awesome power within us to change our lives and manifest the desired outcome. And you can do that. And as long as we live in fear and negativity, we will manifest more fear and negativity. If you are afraid of the bills on your table, you will manifest more bills. That's what you're going to get, because that's what you're focused on. That's where your energy's going. But it's really not your fault. Let's look at it. It is an uphill battle. The primitive brain, the brain that's in between your ears, it really hasn't changed much in the last couple 100,000 years, is wired to protect you. It responds to all input by searching through its files and identifying what can go wrong. And it has lots of files about what can go wrong from the moment you were born. You were programmed about what can go wrong. Don't do that. Don't touch this. No, you can't go there. People like us don't do things like that. On and on and on. It developed, your primitive brain developed during the time in evolution when fight or flight from real and present danger was necessary. You know, there were saber-toothed tigers lurking in the jungle, and you had to be able to make an instant decision to flee or fight. And you did, and your brain is very good at it. But you don't need that part of your brain anymore. We have to shut it off. We have to overcome it. Right now, your brain acts like a filing cabinet. And all the stuff that was stuffed in there by well-meaning other people as you grew up are filed away. And every time you think of doing something, you go to your filing cabinet and you pull up all the reasons why it won't work because you were told all the reasons why it won't work for many years. Well, banish that thought. We have to change the program. Let me stop and give you a couple testimonials before we go on. Here's my friend Bill Moore. I've attended several training sessions that Len Mooney conducted on several internet marketing topics, including the Vision Workshop. Bill attended that, and the Law of Attraction. Len has a knack of breaking down complex topics into simple, step-by-step solutions that are easy to follow weeks after completing the training. What really impressed me was the fact that Len went out of his way to provide assistance after the training. When you're all alone trying to figure out something, you can count on getting assistance from Len. Thank you, Bill. Really love it, Bill. You're a good man. And from my friend Chris, I have studied with Len on many things. One of the most important things I've learned from Len is mindset. And affirmations are right up there as the most important things you can do for your home business. This workshop will change your thinking. Chris Schaus. Thank you, Chris. Now let's go on. You know, if I ask you who you are, you're probably going to say something like, well, I'm John. That's not who you are. That's a name that's been applied to your physical body. You might say, well, I'm a waiter at McDonald's, or whatever you do for a living. But that's not who you are. That's what you do. Who are you? Well, the first thing to know is that you are a spiritual being who have chosen to manifest into the physical universe. It's sort of like deciding to go to the amusement park. You decide to go to the amusement park, and you walk into the park and you decide to ride the biggest roller coaster in the park. So you get on the roller coaster, and when it's lifting up that first lift hill, you're sitting there, your pit of your stomach is churning away, and you're going, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. But it's, really too late. You're in for the ride. So you go over the top and you come down, and whoo, that was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do it again. You're here for the ride. You are a spiritual being who has chosen, for whatever reason, to manifest into the physical universe. Your soul is uniquely you, and you have the ability to tap into infinite intelligence. You are a piece of infinite intelligence. A piece of infinite intelligence is inside you. You are a spark of the divine. Call it God, call it source energy, call it the universe, call it whatever you prefer, but it exists, and it is powerful beyond your comprehension, and therefore, so are you. You are connected to source, but you have forgotten how to use that connection. It's been overridden by your primitive brain, your programming, and your ego. We have to correct that. We are connected to source, each and every one of us. From Max Planck, one of the most famous physicists of the last 100 years, all matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. This mind is the matrix of all matter. The table in front of you is not a solid. It's mostly empty space. Your body is mostly empty space. Everything is mostly empty space. It's energy. And what makes it appear as a solid is the density, the speed of the vibration of the energy. It's all energy, and we are all connected to source, to each other, to the field of energy. The power of thought. Thoughts are things. They vibrate and they have energy. It is the nature of thought to try and materialize into its physical equivalent. It comes from John Kehoe, Mind Power into the 21st Century. And there is sufficient evidence to indicate unequivocally that the mind can and does directly affect physical reality, also from Mind Power. That's pretty powerful. You have the ability to affect physical reality. But you need to start with a vision. Without a vision, it can't work. Without a vision, you're like a sailboat sailing across the ocean with no rudder. You're going to land somewhere, most likely on rocks, most likely on some place that you don't want to be. But without a vision, it's like a sailboat without a rudder. You've got to know where you're going. It's often been said that the pain pushes you until your vision pulls you. Without a powerful vision to pull you through the tough times, you will throw up your hands in frustration and you will quit. You need to craft a compelling vision that will be powerful and pull you through the tough times. And ladies and gentlemen, without a vision, you are doomed. You will not succeed. You have to know where you're going. And that doesn't mean when you get there you can't change your mind to move on to the next place. So if I set my sails for Hawaii, I get to Hawaii and decide to go to Tahiti, it's okay. It's okay. But you got to get the first goal first. And then you can pick another one, and another one, and another one, and so on. Your vision is bigger than your why, which is why I said earlier, your why is insufficient, and a why that makes you cry doesn't do you any good. Your vision is who or what you want to be, who you want to become. It's the legacy you want to leave your family, children, grandchildren. It's the impact you want to have on planet Earth. You know, part of my vision is helping save the elephants and the wolves, and helping clean up the oceans, and helping feed starving children. Those are some of my visions, and helping with clean drinking water in areas of the world that don't have it. Those are some of the things that I want to be remembered for. When they're having an eulogy over my, well, I hope it's not over my grave. I've told everybody who knows me, when I die, just take me out to the river, put a cold beer in my hand, my water ski on my leg, and push me over. But I have a vision. You know, there is a worksheet that you can print, and I gave it to you. We're not going to do a vision exercise today. We can't do it. We don't have time to go through it. But I gave you a worksheet that you could look at and think about beginning to develop your vision. Your vision needs to be aligned with your core values and your major life purpose. So we're going to look at those next. If it's not aligned, it won't work. You know, for example, one of your core values is, I'm an honest person, but you're feeling desperate, so you go rob a bank. Well, that doesn't work. That creates a huge dichotomy, and that's a pretty extreme example. But it's important that your vision for your life and your life purpose and your core values be all aligned with each other. If we can sync everything up, we can hum along like a finely tuned machine. We can jump out of bed with enthusiasm because we know who we are and where we're going, and our daily actions are aligned with our core values, our strengths, and our vision. So these are the three components: our vision, our core values, and our major life purpose, which we need to line up. You know, how would it feel if you knew who you were and what you wanted out of life, and you could take off the gloves and just go for it with gusto? You didn't procrastinate, you didn't feel overwhelmed, you were in action. And the reason you don't procrastinate and you don't feel overwhelmed is because you are in action. And the reason you are in action is because you have a vision and you know where you're going, so you can jump in with both feet, stay positive, believe in the possibility, and have a knowing that you can do it. You can believe, you have a belief in you. That's what it's all about. Let's talk about core values. I gave you a list of core values. What you want to do with that list is you want to just scan the list and pick the 10 most important core values for you. Not 11, not 9, 10. Why 10? Now, it's a nice round number. If you get more than 10, it's going to get too complicated, too difficult. And less than 10 really isn't enough. List 10. But I want you to free flow through the list. Now, we're not going to do that today, but you can do it on your own. I want you to free flow through the list and pick the first 10 that come to mind, because usually that'll be the right first 10, by the way. Don't overthink it, just pick them. And now you want to prioritize the list. Which one's really the most important, and the next most important, etc. And the way you do that is you pick 2 values at a time. And you ask yourself, which one of these 2 is more important? If I could only have one, which one would I keep? So, for example, 2 of my values are freedom and health. And then I ask myself, and those are 2 pretty important values, but I ask myself, if I could only keep one, which one would I keep? And the answer for me was health. And the reason is I figured if I had my health, it doesn't matter if I didn't have my freedom. As long as I had my health, I could work on my freedom. But without my health, freedom wouldn't do me any good. I don't want to be free and sick. I want to be healthy, and then I'll work on the rest. So for me, health was very important. Now, that doesn't mean that the other core values aren't important. It just means we're prioritizing our list for the most important ones. And then we're going to use that to build our life purpose. What are the things that we want to accomplish in our life, and what are the important values that we want to bring to that accomplishment? So there's the list, and you have another list that you were able to download from your welcome email. Now, let's talk about people. People don't join your business or your opportunity. They follow people who know where they are, follow people who know who they are and where they are going and what they stand for. Mahatma Gandhi knew what he stood for and where he was going. Martin Luther King, I have a vision. John F. Kennedy, let's put a man on the moon. Ask not what you can do for your country. Sorry, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. People who know who they are, what they stand for, and who are going somewhere, and who are sure of themselves. This is not about making money. It's about leadership. It's about developing your innate capability to be the best you can be, to be the music, to play the music that you came here to play, to be the thing that you came into this material world to accomplish. It's not about what you do. It's about why you do it. Zig Ziglar taught us you can have anything, everything you want if you help enough other people get what they want. It's often been said that people go to their grave with their music still in them. That's what we want to avoid. We want to get that music out of you. Why did you come here? And one reason, one way to get to that is to ask yourself this question. What excites you? What excites you so much that you'll leap out of bed at the crack of dawn with enthusiasm, optimism, and energy because you love to do it? What is it that you would do every day, all day, even if you didn't get paid? And once you know what that is, structure your life around it. Figure out a way to monetize it. There's lots of ways to learn how to do those things. But structure your life around the things that you love to do. Get out of the 9-to-5 rat race. Get out of the cubicle and do the things that make your soul sing. That's what you want to do. Now this is pretty deep stuff actually. Once you've determined and written down your life purpose, read it every day, preferably in the morning. Now again, we're not going to go through a life purpose exercise today. We don't have time in a roughly 1 hour webinar. But make certain your goals and vision are aligned with and serve your life's major purpose. And don't be afraid to refine your life's purpose as you mature and develop yourself. Your life's purpose is going to change as you change and as you grow. For me, my purpose right now is to use my intelligence and flexibility to understand individuals and inspire peace, harmony, and acceptance among people. I like working with people. I like teaching. I like helping people grow and succeed. That's my life purpose. That's what I'm here for. And hopefully that's what I'm accomplishing today. Now, Napoleon Hill wrote 2 books. Well, he wrote more than 2, but he wrote the famous Think and Grow Rich, which was the best-selling financial self-help book of all time. And if you haven't read it, you really should. And if you have read it, you should read it again. This is not a light read. This is a lifelong study. But he wrote a second book called Outwitting the Devil. And that was such a powerful book that it was hidden away in a dresser drawer for over 30 years. It wasn't published while Hill was still alive. The family was afraid of the repercussions. They were afraid people would have thought that Hill was crazy. But in the book, Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill conducts an interview with the devil. Now, it doesn't matter if you picture the devil as a being that exists with pitchforks and horns and lives in hell and steals your soul, or if the devil is a metaphorical devil. It doesn't really matter. You know, we live in a dichotomous world. Everything has its opposite. There's up and down, left and right, short and tall, thin and fat. There's good and bad. There's flowers and weeds. And the devil can be a metaphor for negativity. It can be a metaphor for the weeds in your life. Left unattended, the natural state of affairs is to move toward disorder or chaos. The universe drifts toward chaos, left unattended or untended. If you don't weed the garden, the weeds take over. Just go plant some flowers and watch what happens. You know. Science has long understood this concept. It has long been known, understood in thermodynamics that the universe drifts toward maximum entropy. And if you don't know what that means, it's all right. A perfect example is herding kittens. Now you know what entropy means. Try to herd a group of kittens, and now you understand entropy. Maximum disorder. It means drifting toward chaos. drifting toward maximum disorder. It means the weeds grow unless you pick them out of your garden daily. And unfortunately, the weeds are fear. Fear of poverty, old age, ill health, death, the bill collector. As long as fear is our dominant thought, that's what we're going to get more of. Fear stops us more than any other emotion. When we are afraid, we drift in and out of purpose or action. We procrastinate. We feel overwhelmed. We feel fear. So we have to conquer the fear. We have to get rid of it. We're programmed, you were programmed. As I said, it's not your fault. You were programmed into the negative from the moment you came into this world. You were told, no, you can't. People like us don't do things like that. On and on and on. It started with your upbringing. By the time you reach the age of 18, you've heard the word no 200,000 times. You've seen at least 30,000 acts of violence, maybe more these days. You've received more than 12 million messages in the form of advertising telling you how to look, what to eat, how to feel, how to act. That's conformity. That's following the masses off the cliff. That's the herd mentality. And that's what we have to beat. We have to overcome it. How? We install new software. And this is where these things called affirmations come in. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. We install new software. We've got to update the program. We've got to erase the negativity, replace it with positive thinking and definiteness of purpose. Hill coined the term definiteness of purpose in his book, Think and Grow Rich. And this is that vision, that purpose, what you're going after, your major purpose in life, what you're trying to accomplish, where you're going, that's in line with your core values. We have to have all components in place. So how do we do this? We've got to feed your mind what you do want, not what you don't want. If you feed your subconscious mind thoughts of fear, scarcity, negativity, chaos, and failure, that's what it's going to manifest for you. If you feed it thoughts of abundance, health, wealth, and happiness, that's what it will work on for you. The one thing you can do is make yourself a mind movie, and here's a link to Mind Movies. You can go out and check it out. A mind movie is like a little 3-minute movie that's a movie clip of what you want your life to be like, and all positive and uplifting and affirming. You know, I want to come back to the idea of praying. Many people go to church and pray for the things they don't want. If you pray for, well, indirectly, if you pray for more money, what you're saying is, I don't have enough money. You are focused on lack. You're focused on the bills. What you have to do is thank God for the things you do have. You have to be grateful for what you already have. Now look, there's nobody on this webinar today that isn't rich. Beyond your wildest imaginations, rich. Can you walk to your kitchen sink and turn on the faucet and get clean drinking water? Or do you have to walk 5 miles each way each day to a dirty stream with a 5-gallon bucket on your head and give your family dysentery because the water isn't any good? Is there food in your cupboard? Is there food in your refrigerator? Do you have a roof over your head? Are there bombs falling on your head? Are you about to be assassinated, decapitated, disemboweled, or other horrible things by an enemy, an ISIS or something? You know, do you have a car out front? Is there gas in it? You are wealthy. Look at all the things you do have. If you have a pile of bills on your kitchen table, that's a management problem. Don't be afraid of it. Learn the skills of money management and learn how to manage the money you do have. There are plenty of courses on how to manage your money. The bills are a symptom of a thought process and a belief system that has permeated your brain and you need to reprogram. Feed your mind what you want, not what you don't want. Another way to do that is to create a vision board for yourself. Cut out pictures from magazines of all the things you want to have happen in your life and put this board up in front of you. Every day, look at it multiple times a day. What do you want for your home, your family, for travel, for your career, for love, for your exercise, for your health, wealth, your well-being, your food? A vision board can be a very powerful thing to help you. Now, I want to take you into a new twist on the law of attraction. Everything you have been taught about the law of attraction is either wrong or incomplete. Without feelings, thoughts cannot become things. This is critical. If you get nothing else out of this webinar today, if you can understand this statement, you'll know how to proceed. Thoughts are the seeds that we plant, but the feelings are the water and the fertilizer that cause them to grow. Without feelings, the thoughts die on the vine. This is why affirmations don't work for many people, because the affirmations are devoid of feeling. They're empty, they're hollow. They're scripts written on a piece of paper. You're told to stand in front of your bathroom mirror and repeat after me, I am a millionaire. But your brain is saying, no you're not, there's a pile of bills on the kitchen table, no you're not. And what you're doing is you're feeling the fear of the bills while you're trying to convince your brain you're a millionaire. It doesn't work. And that's why affirmations don't appear to work for people. And we do have courses and trainings on affirmations, which is a form of asking yourself empowering questions. Rather than saying, well, I am a millionaire, you can ask yourself, why am I so wealthy? And now your brain will begin to focus on the things that you do have, rather than what you don't have. And that's the secret to making the law of attraction work. You must focus on what you do have and not what you don't have. Without the feelings, the thoughts die on the vine. It's not sufficient to simply think about it. The thoughts don't materialize on their own. They need help. They need a vision. They need you to feel the thing as if it is already real. They need you to believe it. When I was a child, my mother used to say, well, I'll believe that when I see it. Wrong. She never saw it, because that's not the way it works. The way it works is that you will see it when, and only when, you believe it first. Belief precedes seeing. You must believe it is true, and then it will come to you. You will see it. So thoughts versus feelings. Thoughts are brain-centered, the seat of the conscious mind, the seat of the source of fight or flight and fear, the seat of all the files about what can go wrong. Feelings are heart-centered, the seat of the subconscious mind. Dr. Joe Dispenza states the body is the subconscious mind. You ever notice when you're thinking about those bills on the kitchen table, how your stomach tightens up and you feel the anxiety? That's what you have to get rid of, because that's what's communicating your fear to the universe. So you have to reprogram and feel the gratitude for all that you do have, and recognize, and I'm picking on money because it's the easiest one and it's the one most people struggle with. You have to recognize once again that that pile of bills represents a management problem, and you can learn to manage your money better. Feelings provide the engine that drive the emotions, that bring the thoughts into physical manifestation or physical reality. Let me repeat that. Feelings provide the engine that drive the emotions, that bring the thoughts into physical manifestation. Without the feelings, the thoughts will not materialize. And this is what we mean when we say act as if. Act as if it is already a done deal. Whatever you want, act as if it is already a done deal. Believe that it's out there and that it is also looking for you, and it will show up in your life. Neville's Law of Assumption. This is sourced from Wayne Dyer's Wishes Fulfilled, which I recommend you read, by the way, and you can also find the full PBS special wishes fulfilled out on YouTube. If you assume the feeling of the thing you want as if it is already a done deal, it must manifest into your life. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the secret, the key. If you assume the feeling of the thing you want as if it is already a done deal, it must manifest into your life. But this assumes three things, everything we talked about. You know what you want. You have a vision. You have your life's purpose and your core values aligned with your vision. And now you have built the belief, absolute belief, that what you want is coming to you. You can see it, feel it, touch it, taste it, and have a knowing that it is on its way. In the infinite world of possibilities, it is out there, and it is searching for you. So let me ask you a question. Have you gotten value so far? Have you learned something about how to make the law of attraction work for you? The components of it, creating your vision, elucidating your core values, identifying your major purpose in life, crafting your mission statement, and building belief and weeding the garden of your mind daily. If you've gotten all that, you've gotten what I intended for you today in the Law of Attraction webinar. Now, each one of these has some action steps associated with it that take a lot more than a 1-hour webinar. So I would like to introduce you to the Ultimate Vision Workshop. So introducing the Ultimate Vision Workshop. The Ultimate Vision Workshop. Unleash the awesome power of your subconscious mind. As we said before, we are spiritual beings who have chosen, for our individual reasons, and we don't know what they are for sure, to manifest into the physical universe, to have the experience of physical life. As such, we are connected to infinite intelligence, and we have the power, through the use of our subconscious mind, to create our future, our destiny, our abundance. In this workshop, we're going to learn how to harness that awesome power. We're going to craft your vision for success. It has often been said that the pain pushes you until your vision pulls you. Without a powerful vision to pull you through the tough times, you'll throw up your hands in frustration and quit. And we're going to craft a compelling vision that will be powerful and pull you through the tough times. So this is a 5-module course, literally guaranteed to help you succeed. Module 1, the power of thought. Module 2, defining your core values. Module 3, discover your life's major purpose. Module 4, craft a compelling vision. And Module 5, building belief, the key to success. So Module 1, understand how thought tends to materialize into its physical equivalent and capture the essence of pure thought and how to harness its energy. Discover how the great leaders have understood this for centuries and why the masses have not. Understand why the secret truly was a secret for thousands of years. Why didn't everybody know that they had this power? Because it was kept a secret for thousands of years. Module 2, discover your core values. Learn to hum along through life, firing on all cylinders as you discover how to bring your life into alignment with your core values. Discover your core values and prioritize them into a list of actionable items. Follow me through a very simple core values exercise that will leave you amazed at its power. We are going to actually do the core values exercise, not just talk about it. Discover your life's major purpose. Why are you here? What am I supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to contribute to the planet, to the universe? What is your purpose? And we'll conduct an extremely powerful life purpose exercise, much more powerful than the little one we looked at today, that just may change the course you're on and make you rethink what you're doing with your life. And then finally, we'll get to crafting that vision. Now that we know our core values and have elucidated our life purpose, we can craft a compelling vision of the future. And we can jump out of bed every morning with enthusiasm because we know our life's purpose, our core values, and our vision are aligned and congruent with each other. How awesome would that be? And finally, building belief. In order to make it all come together, we have to believe that not only is it possible, but it is possible for you. To achieve our goals, we must believe they are possible. Remember, I told you, belief comes first. Believe it and you will see it. You must develop a rock-solid belief that you are worthy and you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Learn to overcome procrastination and devour overwhelm for breakfast. Overwhelm and procrastination come from not having a clear vision and believing it's possible. Because you're going to become unstoppable, because finally you know who you are and where you're going. And how cool is that? So there you have it. What you will get: the power of thought, $27 value. Defining your core values, Module 2, a $27 value. Module 3, discover your life's major purpose, a $27 value. Module 4, crafting a compelling vision, a $27 value. And Module 5, belief, the key to success, a $27 value. Now, these are actually arbitrary numbers. I think they're worth more than that, but just say they're worth that. So it's a $135 value. And here's the link you can go to the sales page, and you can sign up for the course. But wait, there's more, because you're also going to get the worksheets, which I think you already have a couple of, your personal vision worksheet and the core values worksheet. I'm not sure they're the same ones, but you have something there. And you're going to get an ebook, The 11 Secrets to Success. So there's some more value. And you're going to also get my money-back guarantee. If for any reason this workshop doesn't deliver what I promise, ask me for a refund. Remember, my life mission is about helping people. And if this doesn't help you succeed, then I don't want you to pay for it. You should get the value. So once again, here's the link, lenmooney.com/vision. But wait, there's more. So here's the total so far. We got the power of thought, the defining your core values, discovering your life's major purpose, crafting a compelling vision, and building belief, the key to success. And the personal vision worksheet, and the core values worksheet, and my ebook, 11 Secrets to Success, $200 value. But wait, I have an extra special bonus for you today. And I'm being totally transparent and honest here. This has never been offered before. This is something I've been personally working on for months. You're going to get it as a member of my Vision Workshop, and it's not going to be available, at least right now, to anybody else. It is unique. It is the latest research, the state of the art, and it is direct from people like Dr. Joe Dispenza and Greg Braden. It is the latest research on, are you ready? Do you want to know? Who are we? Are we created, or did we evolve? How long have we been here? Are we related to Neanderthal man? Who is God? What is God? What is the secret message that is encoded in all DNA of life on Earth? Did you know that there is a secret message hidden in your DNA? And of course you don't know that, unless you've been studying Greg Braden and some of these people recently. When your DNA is examined and compared against the ancient texts and alphabets, there's a simple, incredibly profound, hidden message. When deciphered, it'll blow your mind. Do you want to know what it is? You got to come to my course. Then you need to be in the course, because that's where it will all be revealed. Oh, by the way, you can also go out to Greg Braden's books and you can find it there. So, but I've assimilated this material in a very comprehensive, simple, understandable format for you. And why is this important? Because part of knowing who we are is knowing who we are. Knowing what we're doing here, how we got here, is part of it. So the latest understanding of who we are, and it's not what you think. It's not what you've been taught in school. Science has had it all wrong for the last 150 years. And by the way, Darwin has it all wrong too. And we'll tell you all about it. So for you today, for this total program, including the special webinar, Who Are We? And that may be 1 or 2 webinars, I'm not sure. $49 is the price. There's the link. Now go ahead on out there, lenmooney.com/vision. So here's what you get. Oh, there's one more thing. For the first 5 registrants, I'm offering a complimentary half-hour coaching session so we can work on your vision, your core values, or anything else you want for that matter. I value that at least $100. I'm worth much more, but I'm going to throw that in there for the first 5 registrants. So there you have it, lenmooney.com/vision. So here's what you get. You get the Power of Thought module, the Defining Your Core Values module, the Discover Your Life's Major Purpose module, the Crafting a Compelling Vision module, and the Belief module, and the worksheets, the Personal Vision worksheet, the Core Values worksheet, the ebook 11 Secrets to Success, the half-hour coaching for the first 5, and the special webinar, Who Are We? And I'm calling that one priceless because, believe me, you're not going to get that anywhere else for any price from anybody without spending many, many hours deciphering the works that it's been gleaned from. So for today only, $49, you get the whole ball of wax. Here's a testimonial from Karen. Len, you did a bang-up job on that webinar today. Karen went through the entire vision workshop. She went through the early version of it. This one is much more comprehensive than she went through. It was easy to see you had spent quite a bit of time preparing and that you are passionate about what you do, the teaching part, especially. Len, sending love and gratitude your way. I had a long list of Saturday chores around the house and didn't think I should sit and listen to yet another webinar while letting those things go. But the list of what you intended to cover reeled me in. You are correct. We do know these things, but may not be putting them into action. You have given me much to think through, and now a way to do it better. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Karen. So once again, act now while you still can. Tomorrow, this vision workshop is on my website for $97. Sells there all day long for $97. The free coaching bonus goes away after tomorrow. So get it while you can for today's price of $47. This is what you get. Once again, the Power of Thought, Defining Your Core Values, Discovering Your Life's Major Purpose, Crafting a Compelling Vision, Belief, the Key to Success, your worksheets, 11 Secrets to Success, half-hour coaching bonus for the first 5, and the special bonus, Who Are We?, which I consider to be priceless. So let me show you. Go on out here, http://lenmooney.com/vision, and it will take you out here. There is a short little video, which you can watch or not, 2 minutes long, explaining what's below this. There's an add to cart button. You can pay for it with PayPal. And then there's the modules themselves, another description of what's in the 5 modules, the bonuses, the word on the street. Here's my friend Bob Miller. Len Mooney, Bob's no longer with us, as some of you know. Len Mooney hit a home run with his first live workshop, mentioning several of his mentors, blah, blah, blah. Attending Len's online workshop was very insightful. Thank you, Len. Thank you, Bob. We miss you, Bobby. We miss you. And there's another add to cart button. There's the bonuses. Now, it doesn't talk about the special Who Are We webinar, but that is included. Here's your money back guarantee. Again, if you don't get what I say you're going to get, send it back. I'll give you your money cheerfully. Well, you know, I may not be so cheerful. There's your add to cart button. Just go ahead and click on it, and it's going to take you right on out to PayPal, where you can pay with it with your PayPal account. And if you don't have a PayPal account, just generate a PayPal account. It's very, very easy, simple, and free to do. So there you go, $49. That's today's price. And that's it. Log into your PayPal account and grab your copy today. So that's the end of this webinar for today. I hope you got value. I trust that you got value. And I thank you all for joining me today. You have a wonderful day. Bye for now.